welcome all of my friends to Couch Pilots, the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots on that plane. My name is Jason. You can call me the Black Basket Case, and with me, as per usual, is the Dookie King. His name is Captain Philip Ressisher.
Dookie King is probably pretty accurate, I would say. I'm the king of the turds.
Well, Dookie was the name of the
album.
album.
They call me the king of Turtle Shit Mountain. If you want it, you can wear the crown.
I love that Johnny Cash song. That's the first one. That's his first collab with June Carter Cash.
Yeah,
right?
I think so. Yeah. So,
and it's hard to believe they're both still alive.
It's an amazement. Modern technology, modern science.
Unlike
medicine.
Stan Lee. Forever I thought his name was Stanley, and then he went like Madonna had no last name.
Stanley Cooper.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, I mean, he was 95. What do all the fucking comic book nerds expect? He's gonna die eventually, right? I mean,
guess so.
I understand that he made a lot of cool stuff. That's fine.
Comic books.
Yeah, but I mean,
Spider-Man.
He's 95. What? Here's what I don't like, and this is not just a Stan Lee Kubiak.
Let's get this out of the way right up front.
I don't understand why when old people die or famous drug heads die, people like for 2 weeks on Facebook are like, "Oh my God, he was amazing. He died too soon. He was 95 years old."
Who said he died too soon?
But people are just, I don't know.
A friend of mine was in love with him, and she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he's gone." I was like, "Well," I said he lived a pretty good life. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's not like he was just about to break out. You know what I mean?
What's the eldest someone's broken out? Huh? I mean, I thought I'd stop breaking out in high school, but I still get like little zits and shit.
I get them on my balls a lot.
I think that's herpes simplex A.
Well, everybody lives with herpes, right?
We all have it.
Yeah,
it's airborne.
7
now.
out of 10 students
are airborne.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they go airborne.
The Phoenix Online School of Pilotry.
That's where we got airborne. That's where I got my herpes.
So I'm not trying to be disrespectful for the guy that died. Okay,
Thank you.
I don't want it to come off like that because we have some listeners who idolize him, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But guys,
it's a pretty good life.
95 years old.
It's a good life.
He had nothing else to accomplish.
It's a pretty good life.
Here's one of the things. Here's another thing. What did he do in the past 10 years? Like that, you know what I mean? Like, are we just talking about all the stuff he did? Like
all
in the
he is,
80s?
he's the face of that company. He's like the Queen of England. He has no power at this point. He's a figurehead that people love and worship because of everything he accomplished in the past. And also, he not only was in a bunch of the Marvel movies, but he'll continue to be in them. As I think he recorded a bunch of shit to be those little cameos going forward.
Yeah,
he knew his number was up.
Yeah,
that's okay. 95 is great. I would love to live half that long. I know that I won't.
Happy Thanksgiving 2 days ago, everybody.
Oh, I hope you enjoyed.
That's something we should have talked about instead of Stan Lee.
Did you get your fill of pumpkin pie?
Oh, I don't need pumpkin. You know I don't like pumpkin. I had a lot of mashed potatoes, corn, and stuffing.
So you like mashed potatoes. You ever do a sweet potato pie?
No, I don't like sweet potatoes. I don't like pie, really, to be honest with you. The only pie I like is poontang pie. And a chocolate pudding pie. I'll admit I like a chocolate pudding pie.
That's funny.
Yeah. So let's give thanks. Let's give thanks for the pilgrims,
and let's get it cracking.
And let's get things. God damn it! Let's get them cracking.
I love those pilgrims, especially those belt buckles that were on their head for some reason. They're
trying to keep their hats up. They kept sliding down.
Is that what it was? You think there's ever hat suspenders or braces? Right? Like what they say. Not for your teeth. Braces are like it's a different style of suspenders.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, do you think there's braces for the head?
Oh, yeah. Those people that have brain surgery and skull surgery, they have to wear those
halos.
Halos.
Yeah.
Halo.
Hello to you, my old friend. Season 16 is a guest every episode. This one's no different. We have someone today. Are you Derek or are you Ace Fellows?
Ace Fellows.
Ace Fellows is back on the show.
He just said he's dead.
He's dead.
Listen to your guests.
No, I say he's back in heaven where he belongs.
Back in heaven.
It was my fault. I didn't let you.
You didn't listen.
I didn't let you finish this.
I'm not the asshole.
I'm the asshole.
No, I'm the asshole. Yeah, Ace Fellows was on the show before. He's not here because he's in heaven with Jesus Christ Almighty. Instead, we have Derek. Hello, Derek.
Hello.
How are you today?
I am great today.
I don't need to speak like that. Look, I've known Derek. Derek's one of the guys that I see. I knew him when I was young, but I don't see people when I'm young anymore. But except for Derek, does that make sense?
You're welcome.
Hey, Derek, what's your favorite Mountain Dew joke of Jason's from when he was in high school?
I don't know, man. He had a lot from back in the day. We fell apart, friendship wise, college. I'm sure he had some golden ones in college, though.
No, in college, actually.
Well, that sounds like an unfair.
In college
assessment.
is actually when he didn't realize that he was a failure at Mountain Dew jokes.
I don't know. Can I hear the college Mountain Dew joke?
No, I'm not going to rehash it. It was wildly embarrassing. I can't believe I told it on the show. I did it in a place that I thought was safe, my own cockpit.
You're safe with me.
I'm not safe with this guy across there. That guy right there, Captain Philip Rester, he lets me have it every week about Mountain Dew now.
Does he give you the business?
The business of giving him the business.
Wow. Get this man the yellow pages.
Well,
he's going to give you the business.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing is I feel like sometimes as pilots, become complacent, right?
Yeah.
We know each other's moves. We know each other's next sentence, right?
Yeah.
So why not change it up a bit and just
give you some shit?
Remind the thousands and thousands of listeners that we have that thankfully I tell the story because I want our listeners to realize, wow, I've got the good joke writing Jason now.
Right,
I didn't have to listen to him back in the day.
So this is, appreciation.
No,
Yes.
he just pulled that out of his ass.
It looks sincere.
I've never seen anything that come out of his ass that looks sincere.
He's never seen anything that come out of my mouth that's sincere.
That's awkward.
Derek does a show with myself and Dustin called The Importance of Seeing Ernest, where we watch Ernest things. Ernest P. Worrell, remember that guy? He was like, hey, do you know what I mean, Vern? Remember that?
Do you know what he means?
Yeah.
Every month we do one episode, and Derek makes a booze drink because he's an alcoholic. So,
I don't know about that.
well, you made a drink for today, right?
I did, just, because I just got off work. So
I got to tell you, I've been through all 5 boroughs of NYC, and my favorite borough is Manhattan.
Man.
And you made us a Manhattan. Is there any reason that you made Manhattans for me and not Philip?
He did not request to have one, and I also only had enough for 2, as it turned out.
But is there any reason you chose that drink?
It's what I had at home, and I like bourbon.
So you didn't tailor it to the episode or what we're doing at all?
Well, in a fashion.
An old fashioned?
Well, not quite. This is a little newer than an old fashioned. Old fashioned was the first cocktail whatever. No, I do like Manhattans because it's old school. And, pilots back in the Pan Am days, they would just get blotto on these and fly the glorious golden skies.
That's what...
loaded up on Manhattans.
I don't know if we ever talked why we want to become pilots, Blake, but you and I love Pan Am, right?
Yeah. That's kind of what we modeled our stewardess training after, the baggage boy training. It was all centered around the successful airline, Pan Am.
Yeah, a lot of sexual harassment of the flight attendants,
Sure.
and even the baggage boy.
Right. The pilots were known to drink heavily, and so,
We're trying to keep it real.
we've kind of, yeah. We're taking it back to the old days.
Trying to kick it old school. You know how it is. Like a couple of old fools.
Truth. With 2 Fs.
So I don't know that I honestly have ever had a Manhattan before. It's you said it's boybin, and what else is in it?
Bourbon, vermouth.
Sweet vermouth?
No, dry vermouth. And bitters.
Yeah. What are bitters? I always think it's like something that someone pulls out of a garden.
It's like made from like oranges and stuff. It's like aromatic.
Well, I like it.
Perfect.
Oh boy. What do we get any fan feedback? Do you know?
Yeah, we can dabble in the old fan feedback a little bit if you'd like.
Thank you for being here, Derek, and getting booze in me.
You're always welcome. I love facilitating your drinking because it makes me feel less shitty about myself.
That's fair.
That's why I have him podcast with me.
Yep, I am a buffer between people and their shitty feelings usually.
I love it. My life has improved exponentially since you came back into it.
You remember when Barack used to say that? My life.
My life.
You remember when he would say that in a movie?
On movie films? Boy. I remember those things.
From our Twitter page, from $1 a second, the episode $1 a second, which was a great, great pilot, Travis Heimel
Love
says,
that guy.
Great show as usual, guys. And again, thanks again for sharing the Kickstarter. Hopefully everybody looked into it and looked a little bit about that project.
We've donated some frequent flyers. They are convertible to goods and services rendered.
Sure. Adam Z at _Adam Z. Last minute gate change yet again. At United, get it together. This would never happen. At #FCF Airlines with at CouchPods Pod Flying. #shame. #low blow podcast returns. #we woke.
We woke. Adam Z, a recent guest on the program, and I forgot to play the low blow ad when he was here.
Well, that's all right.
I'll correct that tonight. I think at the time it was kind of in limbo too, right?
Sure.
And now he's like, Dave is going to do it again.
Is he?
I don't know. I think that's what he was saying, right?
Oh, all right.
You ever hear the Low Blow podcast?
I have heard of it. I have not gotten the chance to check it out.
I mean, I've never heard an episode.
Check it out. Go to work on Monday. Check it out. That's what I got for right now. The phone ain't ringing, so there ain't no blinging on the hotline.
Oh, I wish there were blinging because I like when that happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
Oh, all right. I think I'm gonna call somebody. Is that cool? Blake, you cool with that?
Sure.
I'm gonna call my sister.
Call your sister.
Let's see what she says. She doesn't know I'm doing this, and she might not even answer. She's a busy lady.
Yes.
Sarah, this is Jason. What are you doing?
What?
This is Jason. What are you doing?
Playing Mario Party?
I'm with
Playing important things.
I'm with Blake Clayton, and we're recording right now, and you're on the show.
Oh my god.
And then also your brother Kevin's sitting here silently. And then do you remember Derek Hoover? We call him Hoover Boss.
Remember Derek?
Yeah, he's here too.
Oh, that's cool.
So you're playing Mario Party?
Yeah, it's a great game.
Is there something you want to say to Derek?
Hey Derek, how are you?
I'm well, Sarah. It's good to hear your voice again.
Jason's on a podcast and he's calling me.
Who are you talking to?
Bob?
Hey, Bob.
I can't do two things at once.
Does
I
Bob
can't
spell
play
his
this game
name
and
forward or
focus
back?
and win these mini games.
Don't worry about that. What does it mean? It doesn't accumulate to anything.
It does. It gives me a lot of confidence in myself when I'm passing a bomb and I don't explode.
Is that a shit metaphor?
Maybe.
Did you talk to Mom when she was on the show?
She told me about it.
She was very
She was
weird
very
about
proud. She was
She's-
just excited. It was kind of sweet.
it. I said, don't listen to the show, Mom. We say terrible things on it.
And then,
She was shaking her head, but she was also, I think, kind of flattered.
and she grilled me for the. I forced her to listen to the timestamp. I went back and listened to the show just to find the timestamp, so she would only listen to that. And then she didn't follow. She didn't follow the directions. I think she listened to more.
Oh man, alive!
I hope she didn't listen to when I talked about that one girl that I knew.
Yeah, well, that's every episode, pal.
Good God.
I was
Good God.
she said
Every time your sister sees
She
me,
probably said some prayers.
every time your sister
that
sees
night.
me, her face just says, "Good God."
my sister.
Yeah.
How often you come across my sister, pal?
Oh, I call her about. I saw her about.
You call her?
No, I saw her about 4 or 5 months ago, and she saw me, and she went. She looked around like for a place to escape.
Right.
And,
dice.
And there was no dice. And she went, "Good God."
It's true.
Duck on the water.
It's very true.
Sarah, can you tell us a story from our childhood?
Oh, God.
It's got to be at least 30 minutes long.
Okay. Well, let's just talk about the conceiving. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm just kidding.
I don't like that kind of talk, Sarah.
I don't know. You know what? Dad, actually, I was over at Dad's house the other day, and he told me about a story, and I can't remember. He didn't remember the kid's name. Maybe you'll be able to remember him, but it was some kid that, because we had a couple, houses around us that were kind of broken homes, I guess, if you want to call it. Anyways, a kid that would come over, and he would, Dad would help him fix, like, his lawnmower or stuff like that, and I guess we were pretty nice to him, and one day he said he was inside, and he saw me, like, yelling at him, and I was pretty young, probably, like, I don't know, 10 or 12, and he shoved me down onto the ground.
This kid did?
And, yeah, and I don't even know who he was talking about. I can't even think. and I remember this.
How old
so
was the
maybe
kid?
I think older than me, but you came out, and I think you shoved him back and told him not to mess with me, and I was like, I didn't know Jason stood up for me. Aw.
Every story I hear about me as a child is like I'm an asshole.
Really?
Oh, absolutely. So it's funny to hear that I did something good. Maybe I probably like spat on you immediately afterwards or something. But all right, that's a good story. Hey, you know,
maybe you were actually saying this is how you do it
Yeah.
right. You like kicked me in the ribs or something.
that's a great story. All right, well I'll let you get back to your Mario Party. We just
All right.
we have content and content hole here, so we call people now.
Okay.
You're filling our
Interesting.
content hole.
I feel privileged.
There's nobody I'd rather have do it.
Yeah. There's no one that Blake would rather have fill his content hole than you.
Okay. That's weird.
Tell your kids I said I love them.
It's not weird at all.
All right.
And high five Bob for me.
I will.
I love you. Goodbye.
I'll kind of.
I love you. Goodbye.
Bye. And tell Derek I said hello again. And hi, Kevin.
She never tells me. she
Hello
loves
as
me.
well. Once
She,
more.
she didn't mention Kevin till the end, and then she's like, "Oh, tell Derek again goodbye, and Kevin too."
She sees him enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's around enough. Anyway,
Sorry, I'm a treasure.
that's my sister. I feel like it's almost unbelievable the number of family members I tote around. Like people maybe don't believe that I have.
It's kind of like a posse.
I think it's great that
Yeah.
you like your family.
Yeah, you have a family posse, and that's cool. I don't have a family posse.
Pretty hot posse. Today we discuss the pilot episode of Hound Town from the year of our Lord 1900 at 89. Great year.
1989 was a good year, but not a good year for the Roses.
Yeah. Do you know what that means when he says that, Derek?
I do.
Oh, enlighten us, please, because sometimes I don't remember. I have bad memory.
You have bad memory?
Right.
I got good memory.
Oh, yes, you do.
Do I? Do I?
I don't know if you ever. I know you don't listen to the Ernest podcast, but his memory is insane.
Oh, come on.
It's
don't know if
crazy.
It's like the reverse. Like alcohol has the reverse on him. Like most alcoholics.
It's his spinach.
Yeah.
It's his memory spinach.
It's funny you say that because somewhere there's a YouTube video of me impersonating Popeye and doing the song and blah, 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 after downing either a beer or a thing of whiskey. I can't remember. It's out there somewhere.
Can we name this episode Memory Spinach?
Please do.
We can put it in parentheses.
All right, thank you.
Good year for the Roses, and something I can relate to, my friend.
Oh,
'cause
really?
I was a little slutty. It's talking about getting pussy.
Guys,
yes.
please.
I wouldn't
What?
say. I wouldn't
Please tell
say-
me more.
I wouldn't say I was study. I just would say I was consistently good at what I do.
You know, I know you say that with much aplomb, but the captain here is 100 strong. Do you know that? He's in Trippy Didge.
At least 100 or only 100? Like what?
He stopped at 100.
Stopped at 100.
You stopped at 100.
He saw the 100 and he's like,
Should have kept going.
Well, I mean, there's been a couple flagrant fouls after 100, but you know,
What does that mean?
Repeat offenders or?
going back to the little black book of little black men.
Jerome.
Emmanuel Lewis?
Jerome. Jerome, if you want to. Roam around the world. I like 1989 in that I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Any year that you're not paying you got a W-2 filled out, right?
Right.
Boom,
I was
great year.
14. That's why it wasn't a good year for the Roses. I mean, I wasn't fucking people at 14. I had already been sexually abused by this age, but that would make it really.
But
not
you
a good year for the
already
Roses.
sexually abused other people too.
I do?
But by under their own consent though. Like you had some action back then. It wasn't like, come on, right?
You get a little bit of that stink from
I got a little stinky pinky, if that's what you're saying.
I nailed it.
Angie McKinney.
Sure. Let's get her on the phone.
Yeah.
Let me see what she's doing right now.
Oh no, I looked her up.
Not good. You ruined her, huh?
She's hurting for certain. That's not in the good way. It's because she got to look in the mirror now every
Oh
day.
God, that's really taking her to task here. 1989. I was alive.
Yeah, I was live at 14.
Derek was alive.
I was alive. I still lived in East Peoria. We were going to church together.
Yep. Every weekend I would wait outside for him or he would wait outside for me. Then we would join hands and then walk in unison,
Yep.
just like the monkeys in the opening theme song,
Yep.
right inside the
Doing
front door.
the same weird thing with our legs like them.
Yep.
Kind of like Laverne and Shirley, too. The meal, the mazel, the mazel
sequel.
tov to Peoria.
Yeah.
We would constantly piss off Yolanda Smith in children's choir.
Yo, I can't believe you remember her name.
Yes, I do. She had
Yeah.
that asshole son, Nathan.
Yeah. Wow, that's really good. We'd have to go to children's choir, or did we?
There was children's choir when we were getting ready for like some sort of show. And then the Odies did Children's Church.
I still see him every once in a while.
Yeah, I see.
He's the greatest dude ever.
Oh
lived.
yeah,
He's just the greatest guy.
I bump into them every once in a while, but
Yep.
yeah.
Good folk. Good folk.
Yes.
Tremont, Illinois.
Love them.
Tremont.
Home of the Turkey Festival.
Get yourself some turkey.
We're not in 89 now.
No.
We're in 2018, almost 70 years later.
Gee,
so we have to
Christmas.
go back in time in our minds so we can properly digest Hound Town, because thinking about it in terms of 2018 is not fair.
Yeah, I mean, we can't look at something that was many years ago and compare it to things that we have now.
No.
2018 is probably the greatest year of our lives.
So far,
right?
yeah. So what happened? What are some great things
That has happened since or just this year?
since?
Since 1989?
Yeah. Right.
Well, obvious, Courtney Cox.
Oh, love her, yeah.
Obviously, the invention of Band-Aids.
Gotta have those Band-Aids.
And, you know, I don't know if you remember this, but the peanut butter and jelly that were in one container
The
together.
Goobers.
Yeah.
They didn't have this back then. How can you even think about a life before Goobers?
Stuff. That's why we have to go back there in our minds.
And Metamucil. I didn't get that one.
Minds and Metamucil. Did you have to refrigerate Goobers? Right, because you don't refrigerate. You don't have to refrigerate peanut butter, but the jelly, if it's separate, you usually refrigerate it.
But I think what it is once you open it, then you have to refrigerate it, because you can go buy jelly or jam right now, and it's just on the shelf. But once you open it, you got to stick that thing. You got to keep it cold.
Stick it right in, right?
Yeah, all the additives and preservatives.
Yeah.
So I think it was the same way with that. So you always had cold peanut butter, which is
Off-putting.
off-putting for
Yeah.
sure.
It don't work good.
Yeah, but when you have peanut butter and jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
My thing is- If peanut butter with a knife, jam with a spoon.
Never jam with a spoon.
What do you jam with?
What are you, some kind of fucking Nazi?
I don't. What's a not? What
Who
is it?
jams with spoons?
Mountain
I don't
folk.
know. Yeah.
Derek,
People with washboards
Yep.
and empty jugs.
Yep.
homeless people in Nashville.
After drinking all the shine,
Jugs
from
with
said jug.
3 X's on them and nothing else.
So when they got done drinking the moonshine, they got out their spoons
Yep.
and clacked them together, but they did not scoop jam with it.
How do
Don't
you
know.
put-
You weren't there.
Their mom had a wooden knife that their grandpa whittled.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't know. I was just saying that if you
Sure.
put peanut butter and jelly in one jar, then you're like cutting the amount of utensils being used in half. So it's efficient in more than one way.
Okay.
I was gonna say.
Well, maybe if you would have said it faster, I wouldn't have tried to derail it.
Well, what about it? Why don't you just mix it all together? Why can't peanut butter and jelly just be one food stuff together?
Have you lost your goddamn mind?
I'm a Nazi.
It's bullshit.
I think I understand what you're saying. Why don't they make ketchup and mustard together, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
They have ketchup and mayo together now. It's fantastic. Ugh.
Some things are good together in your mouth, but not not in front of your eyes. Mm-hmm. You know,
Right.
If you saw peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter jelly
Jelly.
time, peanut butter jelly
Jelly.
time,
That-
if you saw those outside in your eyes,
Nice. Metamucil.
you'd be like, gross.
Sure.
But when you put them in your mouth, you're like, these two combined are delicious.
Yeah.
So I just saw recently like a big, huge Reese's peanut butter cup.
Sure.
It was $13. It was like a big brick, but
About the size of like a Frisbee.
it was square. Circle.
Okay.
It's a square, but $13. Can you imagine?
I mean, I guess. I
Sounds
don't know.
glorious.
I don't know how he got there, but
Make a meal
I
of it.
guess I can imagine.
All right. How about I just let you guys come up with the banter and I'll just add to it as opposed to me trying to come up with banter and you guys just shooting it fucking down.
I don't know what you're
I
talking
can live
about.
with that. I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I thought we were including him. He was bringing up Reese's. I was ready to have a discussion, like knife, fork, tuck in shirt, have yourself some Reese's for dinner.
Knife, fork, duck, and
Why did
shirt?
you wait so long to say that? I could
the
have went
fuck
off
does that
that.
mean?
I don't know.
Is that a
It's been long day.
commercial?
What? The knife, fork, tuck in shirt? I don't know.
What is
It's
that?
something I said to a girl one time when I was joking about going down on her.
Why would you use a knife to go down on
girls.
her?
He was insinuating I was about to make a meal out
Did you
of
have
her.
to make the...
She wasn't
you
just a treat. She was the whole goddamn snack.
had to make the slit yourself?
Huh? What? No.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, wow. That got dark.
She was hermetically sealed and you had to open her up like a Thanksgiving Day turkey.
seal.
When he puts them back together, he's like, yellow, blue, make green.
Wow.
That would
Ziploc fresh, that vagina.
But by saying yellow and blue, I would assume that somebody would go, an infection.
Oh, my God, an infection. Disgusting.
Ah.
To the 19 at 89, November 1st, Les Miserables opens at Curon Theater, San Francisco, which translates to small measurement.
That's the one where the girl in the poster, her hair's blowing in what I assume is wind.
What else would it be?
Huh?
What else?
Or she could be underwater drowning.
Okay.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could be really deep in the ocean.
Could
It's
be
black.
like an aerial
it's like
thing.
it's like black and red and blue or something like that.
I think the entire second act is underwater in Les Miserables.
Nice.
So that would make sense.
And there's a slightly racist Jamaican crab involved, too.
I am a Jamaican lobster.
Yep, pretty much.
Do you guys ever seen Les Miserables?
Nah.
No?
No.
You said Master of the House earlier when you were making this booze. That's a song from that show. Did you know that?
Yeah, but my only
Sing it.
line of reference to that is from fucking Seinfeld.
Oh, Jesus.
Master of
The adult
House.
porn parody.
Keeping
Fucking
of the end.
Seinfeld.
when can we get that Jerry Seinfeld to die, right?
People would be like, he's gone too soon.
Oh, it was gone too soon. He was making a comeback.
He's about to break. November 1st, Scandinavian Airlines system bans smoking on many flights. What do you guys think about that?
Okay.
Because you're both smokers. Midnight Tokers. A couple of fucking jokers.
But we do not throw our kids off balconies.
Oh,
Hoover promised me that you won't do an Eric Clapton and do that, please.
nope. I will love Lil Henry and protect him and not throw him off things.
Thank you. Even when you're doing lines of coke, please pay attention to him and don't let him fall.
no, I'm just going to put on the Baby Bjorn.
The kid died in the 80s, right? Was he doing coke?
He didn't love the 80s, did he?
Not a great year. Not a great year for him, right? I was trying to back up the joke, and I don't know the response you
It
have
was
there.
just the facial expression like, I've got to save this.
You gotta stop reading into things.
To me, when I said, he didn't love the 80s, right? And you kind of looked at me like, fucking god. And then you're like, he didn't love them.
That's the fact check.
So both of you guys
Shit
are
happens.
dirty, disgusting smokers. Do you like that it's banned most places, or do you not like that?
I don't know. I didn't become a smoker till I was 25. What about you?
I was a smoker when I was 15.
Yeah.
GPC lights.
Thank you.
Here's the thing. I don't smoke around like people in closed areas that don't smoke.
Yeah.
I don't smoke in my car when like my wife's in there. That's funny. Remember that? That's funny. And I wouldn't smoke in a restaurant now, even if I had the opportunity. I will.
You lived in a time where you were able to do that.
Oh, yes.
And did you?
Yes, I was a drinker even when time when you could do that. And yes, I did back then. But like recently, we went to Missouri and we went to the bowling alley, and there was people smoking in the bowling alley.
And you love smoking.
I love smoking. I love bowling.
Right.
And I thought to myself, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to kill two birds with one stone.
Right.
How'd that shake out, sports fan?
I lit up a cigarette, and I just felt I felt alienated, even though I saw people smoking. But then I looked at them.
It felt like it was a social faux pas.
They were super trashy people, and I was like, I've just lowered myself.
like a stark mirror was held up.
Right.
And you're like, I don't like this.
You know what you need to do?
I don't
It's
want
a
to eat
bad
and
look.
smoke. I don't want to eat and smoke.
You need one evening. You just need to disappear into the night.
God, I wish I could.
Travel.
Never come back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, don't come back.
Okay.
Go to like Europe somewhere where smoking is still in vogue. Then you could go anywhere you want and smoke, and people would be like totally cool with it.
If I could smoke on an airplane, I back in the day when first time I took the train, they had a smoking train.
Yeah,
so,
the smoking car.
Yeah, the smoking car, and so I would go in there, but I wouldn't sit in smoke in a plane or in a train or even an automobile if people
It's
were
a
with me.
confined space, no windows.
Yeah, I have respect. I'm a respectful smoker.
Okay. What about vaping? Same thing.
Oh, God, fuck baby.
That's bullshit.
Same thing though.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there and blow smoke in people's faces.
Even if it's flavored water vapor.
Yeah, I mean, I did it when we were recording because I was just stopping smoking.
And it was just me, and you had no problem blowing huge plumes of vape smoke in my face.
I don't think they're huge plumes. All I want to do is plume, plume, and a boom, boom. With my boy Jason.
November 4th, NBA announces 4 new franchises: Charlotte and Miami for 1988, and Minneapolis and Orlando for 1989.
Expansion's good.
Charlotte,
Flair.
Go
Charlotte
shooty,
Flair.
shooty hoops.
Miami,
Sound Machine.
Minneapolis,
How I Met Your Mother.
and Orlando. Bloom.
Mickey Mouse's.
The 4 greatest expansions in NBA history.
It was
Well, the
great.
Heat have won some titles.
All of them have. Orlando was hot in the 90s. Charlotte, I think, had a good run.
Their starter jackets were very popular.
Oh,
with
yeah.
even
Yeah.
non-basketball
I had one
fans.
stolen. I had one stolen at my high school and had my name stitched on it, and they still stole it.
Did you
I
you
hope
never
the
found
thief
it?
was also named Blake.
Yeah, I know.
This is my
Must be my
jacket.
ex-wife's husband. He's stealing from me back then. He's been stealing from me my whole life.
My life.
My life.
I don't know about you guys, but that takes me safely and securely back into 1989.
I'm back there, man. I'm like, I've got my jeans rolled up. I'm ready to go.
Got back in time.
Hoover Boss, why did we
Yeah.
choose to watch Hound Town?
I don't know. I know you
Jesus.
got some rules involved. It has to be free.
That's
I
one.
know that.
Very
And
good.
it has to be easily accessible.
Very good.
And it has to have either never aired or only aired once.
I'm impressed. I thought he was going to fail. I thought he was going to fail, and I think he wrote it down.
I did not.
He had it written down, maybe.
Even if he
I
did, I
did
think I
not
would
write it
accept
down. I did not.
The reason why I said congratulations to you, Derek, is because Jason has people on the show, and then he always asks them that question, and 90% of them go,
They don't know. They never heard the show.
right, because they don't, yeah.
Fools. I was listening to it on the way to work this morning.
And that's how he wrote down the rules.
I did not write them down.
Well,
I did not.
where can you go to find the entire episode of Hound Town? You can do so by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes.
You gotta
Or-
take a breath there.
I'm sorry.
Just put a period. It's an Excel file, for Christ's sake. Just put a period in there.
How about a comma? Maybe an ellipsis, a pregnant pause.
You guys want to do this?
I'm just.
I'll
worried
email you
about
the file. You guys do whatever the fuck it is you want to do. with
I'm
it.
just
Are you
worried.
going to say,
We have
when I send it back,
concerns?
are you going to save as? So that way every time you bring it back up, it's going to have the period in it? Because I'll
I don't know.
put, you send me the file.
No, you do the show from now on. All right? You just do the whole thing.
You're just looking for a reason to get out of doing it.
Yeah. But if you don't do that, you can also go to YouTube. Derek?
You know what to do.
He's right.
You do.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Airplane go up, airplane go down.
And everything in the middle I'm in charge of. DSJ, looking good.
A-OK.
Just let everybody know, we didn't talk about this in the banter section, but the baggage boy is on FMLA, Family Medical Leave.
Oh, I thought that was FMLAO.
That's a band, I think, right?
FAO Schwartz MLAO.
They liked girls that wore Abercrombie and Fitch.
Polished in the Maggio.
Polish and DiMaggio.
So he's on family medical leave because he had foot surgery. So we hope he's doing well. I haven't heard.
So we got a replacement in the meantime.
Yeah.
This guy,
Yeah.
my brother Kevin. I don't know why he's on the plane. You should be handling the luggage.
Yeah, you should be driving that really slow scooter back to the hangar because that's what you use to load it all up.
That's what you gotta do. Summary of the pilot: the misadventures of a small mutt named Rusty and his human family and canine friends.
I don't know if he was a mutt. I'm not really happy with that, and it really didn't have to do with his family. I'm going to give it a C. I'm going to give that a C summary.
You don't have to. I'm not going to hold your feet to
Hoover,
the fire.
you might
on this.
you know what? This is very close. You might be experiencing a C-section.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
is a C summary.
Yes.
C summary. Say something.
C-section. Yeah. Science.
Derek, do you want to grade the summary? You don't have to.
I'm actually going to agree with Blake.
C-section, say something.
C-section, say something.
C-section, see something.
See what section those people that are in your seats are supposed to be in and say something by telling them to go to their fucking seats because they didn't pay the good money for where they're sitting.
Are you,
Nailed it.
Are you leaving?
Yeah, I'm done.
Where are you
Bye,
going?
Blake. Bye.
Where's he going? Hold on, what's he doing? He's getting in the fridge.
He's got a little
He's sitting down.
Toasty.
It's hard
There
because
he goes.
I got a pasty butt right now, and so it's very awkward getting up.
What's that mean?
What the?
does that mean?
It's
You have a-
pale. Yes.
No, pasty, as in
Pasty.
like there's paste on it.
You
Duty
Oh,
paste?
you okay?
Not
So you
duty
see
paste.
pasty, you think like, oh, it's white, honkified.
No.
But
no.
pasty,
I have,
you mean
I have
like-
a bronzy butt still. I mean, I do have a pool.
But
Yeah,
you-
is it monkey butt?
No, I'm not using monkey butt. We're using fast relief Desitin. Oh. And Derek, if you want to apply it, I'll show you how, so you can learn how to apply it to the
Wind
baby.
it around the button.
Well, not too close to the button.
There's almost no name for the asshole that I like. Like button is very unappealing to me. I don't like that because
Rose garden.
no, it's terrible. I don't like that.
Cornhole,
Better
Dookie Shack,
Pucker pop.
chocolate starfish,
hot dog flavored water.
stanky Fruit Loop,
Dirty poop hole.
I don't like those. No.
Kakamaka port.
Kakamaka port? What did you say earlier with the fork and the what?
Knife, fork, tucking shirt.
That might be my favorite thing that happens all day.
Sorry.
Sorry for him or sorry for you?
For everyone at this point,
I'm sorry for all of it. Interesting
sorry.
facts. You want to talk about interesting facts?
Do I want to? I mean, are you saying you want to skip it? Oh, you want me to tell
Do you want to like intro? it?
Okay. I'll tell the story. Interesting facts. This is a segment we had to put on the show. We had to name it. God damn it. Fine. You know what? Fuck me, right? Folks,
Only if you let me videotape it.
Jason has some facts that he has found on the internet. He has scoured the internet for them. He's found them. He's gonna tell them to you, but it's not your place to say whether they're interesting or not, because you don't want to taint the person next to you.
You don't want to Desitin someone.
Yeah,
next to
you don't want to Desitin fast relief. But yeah, I mean, what's interesting to you may not be interesting to somebody else.
That's true.
And it's not for you to push on your beliefs and morals to them.
Don't push on us, folks.
So
Just don't do it.
Conrad rule is now named. Guys,
Come on.
just don't do it.
Guys,
Shut
come
your mouths.
Come on. Don't do it.
We don't have to shut your mouth, but just don't taint somebody's experience.
Yeah.
Release date September 1st, 1989. Fact.
Whoa,
Accurate.
you're blowing my mind.
I do a lot of those.
I know. I'm just being an asshole because you're.
It's working.
Kind of an asshole to me earlier.
I'm all when. Fucking motherfucker.
Drew Tarver wouldn't screw me over like this if we were doing a show.
He's a
together.
gay guy, right?
Oh yeah.
He would absolutely screw you.
I told Molly the other night if I was gay I would date Drew Tarver. He seems my type. Little, kind of kooky, can't overpower me.
So you're attracted to weakness. is what I'm hearing.
Derek, you've known me long enough.
Fair enough.
I am weakness. Misery loves company.
Truth.
I thought it was Missouri. Is it Missouri? I thought it was Missouri Loves Company.
Oh,
That's
true. I
interchangeable.
didn't think about that.
The Show Me State. Directed by legendary Ralph Bashki. He did the cartoon version of Lord of the Rings, the Spider-Man cartoons.
With Stan Lee in the background telling him what to do,
That's
probably.
the very same. And he did a ton of indie cartoon shorts from the 70s and 80s. So a very well-respected director of cartoons from the past.
Cartoon television.
Ralph Bashki has disowned this project.
What?
And he went so far as to denounce it as an embarrassing piece of shit.
Really?
Is that a direct quote?
That's a fact.
Nice.
Okay.
I was talking about my
Okay.
bourbon that I was drinking. I feel it's, you know, hey, calm down.
I don't know, man.
Calm down.
We
What's
were,
your
on
last,
we were on a streak.
what's your last name? Rest assured. Well, rest assured, I wasn't talking about a fact being said.
That's a gnome
rest
de-
assured
that's a gnome de plume.
that I'm talking about my goddamn drink. Because guess what? Nice.
What do you want to do with this? Do you want to buy his story, or do you want
I
to,
think he's fucking insane. So just keep.
or do you want to do a séance and get Ace Fellows back in here?
No, that's all right.
Don't make me channel that guy.
We only have so much memory on the card for him to come back. He's very wordy.
Yeah. Yeah, that motherfucker
Longest
talked way too
episode,
much.
without a doubt. Aired once and has not been shown again, nor released on video.
Wow, it hasn't even been released on video.
No.
Huh.
Fact.
Fact. I mean, that's all you can really say is fact.
Interesting facts over. That's it.
That's not bad. Those were interesting.
Yeah. We're out of the section. You can say that.
Yeah.
They were.
We've never had the director say. Remember that one time was Mr. Ed, and the guy like hated it so much he killed himself.
Oh yeah, he was like
guy committed-
the first pilot that we've ever watched. The director committed suicide because of that one.
That's the worst.
Like,
I listened to that episode.
It wasn't because his wife, cheated on him. It wasn't because his kids, accidentally fell off a balcony.
Right.
It was because he directed
such a
Mr. Ed
shitty pilot.
Oh boy! And but this guy was like, "This is a piece of shit." He just came out and said it.
Wow.
No, we don't get a lot of that. Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder if Jason got some Twitter responses.
Did you know that I did?
Yes.
Charlie Adler. You ever hear that guy?
Yeah. That name sounds familiar.
Oh yeah. He. You may know him best as the voice of Starscream from the Transformer films.
Can you do an imitation of Starscream?
Star. He was also in Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's. Didn't the B-52s do that intro?
Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's Modern Life.
I think it was.
I think it probably
Dustin,
was.
tell us if it was for sure.
Call in right now. Let's give him the second to call.
I didn't text
And
him.
nothing. All right, well, it's fine. Thanks a lot, man. And he also is in the very new and very popular game Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay, I've seen a lot of advertisements for that.
People are very excited about that on Facebook.
He is a working.
So you know it's worth it, right?
Yep.
The same people that were upset about Stanley.
Probably.
Anyway, he's got hundreds of credits as a voice actor. This Charlie Adler fella. And I say, hey, greetings from the Couch Pilots podcast. We talk about TV shows that had only one episode. Next up for us is Hound Town. We're excited to watch it, and we're wondering if you had any fun or interesting info you'd want to share. Thanks. Hope to hear from you. And Charlie Adler, at Charlie_Adler, says, hey, not much memory of specifics of the projects, but loved at Ralph Bashki, the very same director we were speaking of earlier. He says, I do remember it was the birth of my character Nails in Cool World. Loved all my projects with Ralph and was always given so much artistic freedom. A rare man and time in animation. Miss it all. So this is a man. He really probably is 60 to 70 years old.
Right.
And he's
got some class.
Oh, he's got some class. He's got some experience.
Yeah.
He's been through it. He's worked with people. Do you remember Cool World?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking love that movie.
Do you remember that? It was.
I was going through a pretty serious Kim Basinger phase at that point in time.
That's the one where the African bobsled team with John Candy, right?
That's right. And they you thought, maybe they'll.
We get the bobsled team.
Bomba clock.
Jamaica, we get the bobsled team.
Big time. The cats don't lie.
That's the one. Anyway, I say Cool World. What a trippy flick. Ralph sounds like he knows when to let the actors do their job. That's awesome. Thank you so much for responding. He liked all the tweets. I don't know if you retweeted them. I don't remember. But that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
He played the character of Patton.
Okay, so that guy, the voice for that, I thought that was the guy originally without looking into it because I never look on IMDb. I don't,
Meh.
But that's his job.
That's my business.
That's getting it up. I'm doing everything in the middle.
And I get it back down.
Right. And so hearing that guy's voice is like this, I thought it was the guy from Birdcage.
I did have a note that it was very Harvey Fires.
Yeah.
I absolutely have that note. High five that shit.
I was like, it's like, so that's what I thought
I gotta call my mother. I gotta call my lawyer. I forget about the lawyer.
Mrs. Doubtfires.
Yeah, Mr. Doubtfires too. So I thought that was who it was. So that's he did a great job.
Yeah, he
for
really
me to
did.
think it was somebody else.
He very much did.
But that's a voice actor that it's not about fame for him. It's about the craft.
Craved.
Oh, I love Kraft.
And their cheese.
Broken Funny Bone. Oh, there's Derek. The Importance of Seeing Ernest.
Oh, my. Daniel Day-Lewis, Meryl Streep, Paul Newman, the greatest actors of all time. Well, this isn't about that. This is the importance of seeing Ernest Podcast, the comprehensive and encyclopedic compendium of all things Ernest P. Worrell, actor Jim Varney's greatest creation. Tune in every month as three friends, and occasionally a guest or two, navigate the silly, playful, and family-friendly waters of Ernest in a not-so-family-friendly way. We have a hell of a time reliving these childhood memories, and we invite you to join us in Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app of choice. See you soon, Vern.
Hey, Derek.
Yeah?
I have a question for you.
Lay it on me.
You've been doing this podcast. It's obviously tightened your friendships between Dustin and Jason.
For sure.
It's caused rifts between you and your fiance.
She loosened up. But yeah.
Well, how else are you gonna get her pregnant?
Oh, damn right.
Hey-o!
Drunk on
High
a
five
birthday?
that shit.
Hey, kadoosh.
Skadoosh.
With
Now,
my sperm.
have you ever felt creatively kind of like restricted?
Creatively restricted on the show?
Yeah.
As you smirk and...
No, not smirking.
Well,
Well, I've had other people on the show say that large chunks of their banter have been cut out.
sometimes I think certain things are very necessary. Because
Like
sometimes...
salt and pepper.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Salt
That
and
is a
pepper
great
on
band.
your biscuits and gravy.
Oh, I thought you were
and
talking about
cutting
the
back
rap there. No.
Derek's fucking dialogue on this show.
And the reason why I asked that is
Yeah.
not to make you feel uncomfortable at any means. I just wanted to have your permission that if I needed to do any editing at the end of the show,
No,
that I could do
absolutely.
it.
If you notice, I'm a little bit more reserved this episode.
I have noticed that.
Is that because we're drinking a bourbon reserve?
Yeah. And I'm just enjoying it.
Hey, Derek. Blake never edits the show. You're good.
I can tell.
If you want to pull a fellow.
Oh, you can tell. Holy shit.
I got to get a little burn in on
That's.
it.
You
But no, if you got to dial back my fucking
No,
talking, by all
I'm
means.
not.
I was going to play a 1980s television theme song. Should I do that or not?
this
But it was one that like we could all sing along to. But you don't want to do. You want to skip
Nah,
it?
I want to go to it. I want to get down into business. The business of giving you the business.
You don't want to
You
sing
can play
on
the
show?
Family Tie song. What do we do, baby?
That's really that would be one of them.
Love,
What do we do, baby?
without love.
Sha-na-na-na.
Somebody lock the door so Skippy can't come over unannounced.
Guess who I got pregnant? Sha-na-na-na.
But we do 10
so
minutes.
proud.
I am, dude.
do-
I'm wicked proud that
we do
I
10 minutes
I'm wicked
now,
proud I
right?
got a wicked knocked up.
We do 10 minutes.
Yes.
Where we can talk about the pilot only, and because when you're on, the episode was so long because Doctor Strange was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
in
to-
somewhat, maybe 30% in my defense.
But it was like an hour and a half, and
Right.
we talked about that
Right.
forever. But
And Derek, that's why you weren't invited to watch The City with us, because it was about an hour and a half,
That's
too.
fair. That is fair.
But no matter how long the pilot is, we've had some real short ones lately, and then next week we're gonna have a long one, but we're only talking about it for 10 minutes. Right?
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
It's all right. So let me set the clock for exactly 1 minute. What's that?
No,
What, I can't understand.
I know, it's
We
fine.
have to come up with like podcasting sign language.
yeah.
What was that?
It's cool.
What were you gonna say?
Start that clock. I'm up here.
Is having my baby. Because I put it in her belly.
You put.
Got that girl pregnant
You didn't actually put it in her belly.
with
you
my
actually.
dick.
You put it in her urethra.
The front hole.
Shot
Wait.
my
Hold on a
sperm
second. Is that how it
inside
works?
her.
You put it in the girl's pee hole?
Yeah, and then her pee hole swallows it down into, and it's like a pee holder. There's like a pee holder.
The pee hole pee holder?
Yeah, and then it gets bigger, and then the pee holder's like, I can't hold this, and pushes it up, and then it's in the belly.
Ain't you never watched the PBSs?
And make a baby then?
Yep. That's how you put a baby in the belly.
Make a baby.
I didn't know that.
Speaking of,
I'm starting to think I don't really have a kid.
we will see if this stirs any memories in you, speaking of babies, but Dad, I'd like to have a baby.
Yes, that is from.
Do you remember it?
Yeah,
Do
that's
you?
from Life Goes On.
Yes!
When
I'm really happy
when
right
Corky announces that he would like to have a baby, despite being a man with mental retardation in the form of Down syndrome. But I tell you what does DSJ talk about a lot? Life goes on.
now. Boom.
Dad?
Obla-dee, obla-da.
He wanted to do a spin-off pilot. I mean,
Yeah.
he wanted to do a spin-off podcast.
Yeah.
With Life Goes On as like like the focal point of it. You know?
Sure, every week do an episode of Life Goes On.
Yeah.
Instead, he filled up some girl's pee hole with his semen and made a baby.
Yeah. Seaman Ray.
Dad, I want to have a baby. Was that us?
That was
us.
I was like fucking 6th grade. Dad, I want to have a baby. You can't cook.
You can't cook? Is that what he says after?
I don't know if he says that, but you did that all the time.
I would do that all the time. I haven't thought about that forever.
Like I'd be about to kick your ass in carpet ball, and all of a sudden you'd say that, and I'd fuck up.
Carpet ball.
Yep.
Wasn't you guys just rubbing your dicks on the carpet?
We're
in the
white trash.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to play carpet ball?
It got us closer to Jesus.
Can you imagine telling a very young and hopeful man with Down syndrome that the reason that he can't have a baby is because he's unable to cook? It's not right. Hey, you know what?
Yeah,
It's not wrong.
No, it's not wrong. It's not right.
10 minutes on the clock starting now.
If loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay, so this never aired. No, it aired once.
It did air, but there's no
there's
clean
no DVD,
copy.
There's no DVD.
We
there's
missed the first minute or so, as is every copy available.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask because there was no intro.
You're right.
Song.
That's
there
been
was
cut
no,
out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the dog is narrating a little bit, and his name is Rusty. Okay. They say that Rusty is a mutt. I don't know if he's a mutt, but I'm not sure what it is. But his family's name is the Andersons, and they're leaving to go to the mother-in-law's house.
Yeah. Much to the chagrin of Dad.
Raise your hand if you like your mother-in-law.
I actually do.
I don't have
Oh,
one.
you just wait, buddy. Derek?
No. Linda's batshit crazy, but I love her to death.
All right. Again, shoot down one of my bits, but that's fine. Whatever.
But most mother-in-laws fucking blow.
Right, thanks.
I know Shauna's mother-in-law sucks.
It took me a second. I processed. I was like, Shauna is. Oh, that's
Shauna
his mom.
Nana.
Oh, that'd be Derek's mom.
All right, let's get to it. This family.
Derek's mom doesn't have it going on.
She does not have it going on.
All right, I'm sorry.
She looks like Charlize Theron in fucking Monster. Anyways.
So,
Resetting the clock.
So Ken is the neighbor, and he's a rich guy.
Hold on. Right in the beginning when they're packing up, the daughter's packing something up, and her huge fat ass is in the
No,
camera.
that's the mom is. It's the mom.
No, that's the daughter.
That's the mom.
The daughter had dark hair.
The daughter had
and
dark hair.
Was
and
shapely.
Went upstairs to get all
That's
her makeup.
yeah.
She's
her.
what my boy Kenny Mitzelfeld would call hip-equipped.
No, that was the
mom
girl at
was
the beginning who was bent over because she had dark hair.
Chunky.
I saw what I saw.
Okay,
it was
that's
the
fine.
daughter in the beginning.
Well, just let
Wait,
listeners
you
know.
like skinny girls? I'm sorry. Dogs, fucking bones is for dogs.
Sue me.
I will.
There's a laugh track. I noticed that immediately.
And I wrote laugh track in a cartoon.
Well, we've seen it
We've
like a
but-
million times. Not
Yeah,
us,
with
but
the
like
Flintstones.
Scooby Doo, like the Jetsons. It all had.
Back then, but
Yeah. This is 89.
Coal miner's daughter. had it.
Yeah, absolutely. What's her name?
Sissy
Loretta
Spacek.
Lynn.
Sissy Spacek.
But this is what I want to
Spacek
say
was
though.
in it.
In looking up information about this, the Simpsons is brought up a little bit because it came out around the same time. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
The Simpsons. I think we take for granted that the Simpsons has been on for like 30 years.
Right.
In the 80s, didn't have a laugh track.
Nope.
I think that's kind of revolutionary.
Oh, definitely.
Perhaps. Anyway, this had one and it sucks. And the shitty neighbor said Kenny shows up.
Yeah, and he's got a Great Dane, and he's super annoying and like boasts about having money. You know.
Real cocky,
He's
snotty
that guy.
And Rusty is the family dog, and then he's going to be left home while the family goes out for the day. And all I can think about is a recent happenstance I had with you, Blake, where we saw a dog outside on a leash, and you kept commenting on how you didn't like that.
Oh, I didn't like. It wasn't just on a leash in a yard.
It was tied up on a pole on a street.
It was on
Wait,
in
what?
a downtown street. It was tied to a pole.
Yeah.
In a downtown street at night.
And then, but
Oh,
this dog was left home like for maybe more than 24 hours, and I was thinking Blake probably doesn't like this.
No, I always have somebody watch my dog.
But they didn't have anyone, so you probably didn't like the. Did you think about that at all when seeing that or not?
Well, I kind of put myself in the fact that this is a cartoon and it didn't really happen.
That's fair.
He's going to stay home. So they push him in the house, lock the door, they take off, and then we see Ken go back to his house with Darlene, who is obviously his girlfriend or wife. Darlene, this is where you see. There's some little sexual innuendos,
cartoon
but
a lot.
But this,
Auga.
this is where like the boobies shake cartoon animation style from the back. Like you
This
kind
is
of see the side
animated
boob.
Meta Milk Bonnier bump.
Yeah, so this is
yes.
there's going to be some titty bump going on here. She's a real dingbat. She's real dumb. But the Great Dane, he like is named Napoleon.
He gets
He's
it.
all about him. He's like,
gets it.
fuck her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird because bestiality is a big theme in this.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's going the other way. Like, is it still called bestiality when the dog wants to fuck a person?
Humanality.
Maybe so. And apparently the dogs can talk. We didn't know that up to this point.
Right. The owners can't hear them.
Yeah.
But they can talk to each other.
And the dogs love Harry Belafonte. I don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't get it.
Daylight, cold
Oh,
night,
yeah.
you want
He had
to
his
come
pseudo
home.
risky business moment with the Chiquita thing and
Yep.
little Beetlejuice moment as well.
So then we see. Well, this is where the story like kind of takes like the A story of the cartoon is there is a. I don't want to skip over Muffin though. We got to talk about Muffin.
Rusty is in the like looking out and he's seeing these dogs. He sees a hot dog walk by, and so he wants to go out in the neighborhood on the prowl. And then him and Napoleon see Muffin outside. It's a huge fat dog.
Muffin.
Fat bottom girl, you make the rocket world go round. R.I.P. Now that guy. Now when that guy died, people should have said something.
Muffin?
Freddie Mercury.
Oh.
Okay, so then the old guy. It's
a pretty good movie.
Dog's busy. When you were awake, it was probably pretty good.
I went to see it with him and I fell asleep for one scene.
Okay, listen.
Take a nap.
He has known me for Ion 17 years. Okay.
Yes.
And they always make fun of me. He's never seen any movies. You're kind of a shithead. You never seen any movies.
We always call him kind of a shithead, always. Without
So then
fail.
we go to a movie theater and see a movie.
Like, physically
and he
go,
yeah,
put in
and,
the
and he
effort.
falls asleep during it.
Why you gotta do that, guy?
Listen,
I said, why you gotta do that, guy?
it's rocking about a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, is
Don't
it?
give a shit.
I like Queen.
Fuck the Rotten
I like
Tomatoes.
Queen. No doubt about it. Freddie Mercury, one of the most charismatic and most powerful voices ever
Yep.
in music. Ever.
He
Not
would
rock
make
music,
a supersonic
ever music.
man out of you.
But what I'll say
why
is
they
this:
call him Mr.
there's
Fahrenheit.
too much that happened in the arc of the Queen history to
Right.
go from when they first started all the way to Live Aid to put in 2 hours. It was rushed, but at the same time, the movie was too long.
Plus, it was 9:45 at night when it started.
It was,
Did they
it was,
at least
I
have
was
good
tired.
coverage of them doing the Flash Gordon soundtrack?
No, none of that.
Fucking
But you know what?
shit,
You know
I'm
what's?
not
You know what I
watching.
didn't like about the movie is like, I think I was telling you this how like on the nose some of the scenes were like, oh yeah, I'm creating a new song here. It sounds a little bit like this.
Because I want the crowd to be able to sing back to us.
All,
Yeah.
like,
Maybe
a few
this might be
scenes are like
used in
that.
a slightly subpar Heath Ledger movie someday.
Yeah, I never saw Knight's Tale. It's looked like fucking shit.
Not really worth it.
All right, so basically, Napoleon they meet this. They see this girl, and Sacha Baron Cohen is
Yep.
in this, and he plays a husky, Saluki, and really pretty Saluki. And
Not gonna lie, my love of Chitara
Yeah.
led me to get slightly aroused.
Rusty
by
falls
this
in love
song.
with her, but Napoleon's like, "Hey, let me break the ice and help you out." Just like every fucking guy, every Great Dane, every
yeah.
Great Dane does that to you. Just fucking gets
Oh
in the
man,
middle.
don't worry, I'll talk to her.
Oh,
for
I'll
you.
talk to her
Yeah,
for you. Next thing
thanks
you know,
a lot, Brad.
Next thing you know, he's getting a stinky peeking in her basement while her mom's upstairs drinking bourbon.
Did you guys mention they had pups together?
With the
Muffin?
fat Jewy
Oh, no.
muffin.
Yeah,
Yep.
They got pups.
Napoleon and the fat bitch had a big litter of pups together.
Yeah. So Napoleon's like, "Hey, this is a good idea. Why don't you throw a party? Your family's gone. Throw a party. Invite her over. Maybe
Raise up.
Yeah. Maybe rape her in the closet." So they have a house full of like 100 different, like all 100.
101 Dalmatian.
Well, I didn't want to be cliche. Then Rusty realizes that Napoleon is the one that's macking on Sasha, and so he gets a
Because
little.
Napoleon's a dick.
Yeah, he's
Can
not
we
dynamite.
talk about right before the party is on? They're back at Ken's house for some reason, and his wife is working out. And she's got a hot fucking ass.
Oh yeah, she's
She's
got
working-
nice titties and a nice ass.
And then like
Yeah.
Ken starts molesting her, and then they like cut to the next scene.
right.
That's why I wish like Cool World was indeed a real thing. There's cartoons I'd.
Oh, that was they really went to the Olympics, the Winter Olympics, in that movie.
Oh yeah. The Jamaican
Yeah.
bobsled team.
Yeah,
where
they went to the Olympics.
Bomba Clock.
John Candy wasn't there. But, Blah, blah. Blah,
Rusty
blah,
thinks Napoleon's trying to help him, but he's really only looking out for his own dog penis.
blah. Right. He's
Yep.
trying. He's shaking up some. I'm assuming some kind of drink. But he pours it
it's
over food. He pours it over food.
It's like he was
dog
like
food.
getting
I
it
don't
cold
know.
in the bucket, and then
Sasha is the name of the sexy dog that Rusty's into.
Yeah.
And something about like Napoleon makes it advance and she gets upset and she's leaving, but Rusty is outside and he runs.
He's
into
sulking.
her.
Yeah,
He's
he's sulking. And
Poor little Rusty.
we've been there.
been
We all have a little bit of Rusty stories, don't we?
Oh hell yeah, we do.
God damn it, yeah.
So they're walking around, Rusty and Sasha outside, and she starts to tell him, I used to be a show dog, a big time show dog, and she's telling about how she keeps in like top physical form, but it was all ruined when she chomped down on some wiener. Right?
Yeah. Well, fat.
Nickel for everything.
Well, she said junk food. She didn't say wiener, but she said junk food.
Oh, the screen said wiener by
Yep.
showing me a big hot sausage.
All right. Well,
with all the fixins.
so then Rusty comes to her aid and is like, "Hey, you're still great and everything." And then two cats. I thought they were cats, or they were some kind
They
of.
were cats.
It's two
but
black
nah.
pussies. They crashed the party, causing
Pussy.
mass chaos. But like Rusty was like, "I'm into junk food too. Why don't you come have some Mexican
Yeah,
food
we'll go
with me?"
eat tacos. I have tacos here all the time.
And then for some reason, like the Mexican joint just gives them free food out back.
Do you think the taco restaurant was a sexual reference to
Eating
vagina?
taco.
Maybe it might have been.
Thank you.
Yada da 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 da.
Rusty then explains how people are people and how he deals with the family that he lives with. And he kind of explains kind of like the finer points of being a dog.
Right.
And we did that, what was that called? The Lewis lectures. Remember that? Where the dog was explaining to other dogs what to do?
Right, yeah.
It reminded me of that. It's not like it, but it reminded me of it. And then Sasha says, you know what? I'm ready to be a dog to that little girl in my family, not just be some kind of trophy animal.
Right. Because earlier, the mom, like the little girl wanted to pet him.
Yeah,
and she made him put
your
on a
glove.
plastic
I'm like,
glove.
What kind of
It was
weird ass
weird.
people is this?
So Sasha kisses Rusty. Rusty's parents come home. And real quick, Rusty cleans the house in a very long cleaning segment. Like,
Ferris Bueller style,
yeah,
right?
it was very long.
Cat in the Hattish.
Yeah.
And while Rusty is running home, he runs through a house and over a couple of beds where a sex doll
Yep.
is on the bed.
I missed that.
I got in my notes here like quite the
missed that.
Ferris Bueller moment.
Oh,
and, like,
absolutely.
when he's going through the bedroom.
Hold on, Derek, hold on. You said Ferris Bueller moment?
Yeah.
High five that shit.
Kadoosh.
Blushka douche, you can too.
So the dog's running home, kind of alongside the family coming home, and yeah, he takes a shortcut through a house, jumps out of bed with a fella, and then it's like a 1950s sitcom where there's two beds. in the
Out
bedroom.
bed fella! Hey! Out bed fella!
That bird better not ruin my credit.
Get that doll out of here!
That bird better not. Oh my god! And that's it. The time's
Come
up.
on, Rusty! Are you a mud, Rusty? Are you a...
Are you a what?
Never mind. I was going to say canine superhero, but we know he's not. That's
Keep that thorny rat away from me.
Oh my god! That's pretty funny, I guess.
I'm so happy you made a Brian Fellows reference. It's so few and far in between.
The
I'm
end,
really
I
happy.
guess. So,
Yep.
turbulence.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Fellow is not an accredited zoologist, nor does he hold an advanced degree in any of the environmental sciences.
Whose voice is that?
He is simply an
Daryl Hammond?
enthusiastic
That's
Yeah.
Daryl Hammond, baby.
with a sixth grade
Daryl Hammond.
education.
Baby!
Baby.
You say baby?
I say baby.
I say baby
I say
too.
baby because I'm about to have a baby.
You're not having it. You're just...
I'm gonna be there when it goes down.
Are
and
you
she's
gonna
gonna
pass
cuss
out?
at me.
You think you're
no,
gonna pass
shit,
out?
please. Pass. I want to.
You're like, I've seen more torn up vagina than Bob Fellows.
Darn tootin'.
Bob Fellows.
That is one messed up vagina.
My dad Bob Fellows said, that's messed up. You know what my dad Bob Fellows said to my mom? That's a messed up vagina.
Why didn't
My dad Bob Fellows said my mom's butt looked like a sack of wet clothes. I'm Brian Fellows.
I don't know, guys.
Wet clothes,
I have a
fellows.
beer,
I like
please?
that.
Wet clothes fellows.
Oh, let's wrap this ship up.
Trying.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Oh, God,
Thank
I'm
you
trying.
very much. Appreciate you.
The director of the show said it's a piece of shit. Why didn't it
did.
work? One episode and done.
Yeah, I don't know who this was going to be because in 1989 there was no Adult Swim. I don't know who this was going to get shown to. Was this going to be on primetime television?
There's cable back
they were
in
probably
89.
gonna try. I mean, they were kind of starting to experiment more with like
I
primetime animation. Remember, like Capital Critters. Cop
that was
fish.
like early to mid 90s. You say codfish?
Cop fish or fish cops
I
or
don't remember
something
that
like
at
that.
all.
That did not last long.
I just
It was on ABC.
I didn't. I don't. I
crap
couldn't think of where you would put this. Like this is like on HBO. Is it going to be on HBO? Which, you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
Well, I think wasn't it slated for like NBC? I think.
No way. Couldn't
Thought
do
it
that.
was.
I
think
don't
it
know.
was. I was reading up.
Who's
on
it
that a little bit.
for? Not kids.
That's what's confusing.
This is an adult show. This is
But
an
back
adult
in
show.
back in the late 80s, early 90s, adults didn't have time to watch a cartoon, or they
No,
you know
they didn't have time
They
back
did,
then.
well, they didn't have time, but also like that wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? There wasn't enough of it to be like, oh, I'm an adult who enjoys cartoons that involve adult stuff.
Well, I imagine like the Jetsons and were Jetsons and Flintstones on prime time or not?
No.
Once upon a time, yeah.
Once upon a time,
Yeah.
Okay, so
Kidding me? The Flintstones advertised for Winston cigarettes.
oh yeah, yeah.
Winston.
I say that, Bun. I like the rich, full tobacco taste of these Winston cigarettes. You said it, friend.
I like that they bowled.
I like that they would smoke while eating Fruity Pebbles.
Yep.
I just like that they would smoke.
Nothing compliments the rich
Smoking
taste
is
of tobacco
great.
more than Fruity Pebbles by Post.
Why this didn't work? It's a cartoon that is naughty in a way, but like not over the top naughty enough.
Yeah.
You either have to go hard.
You gotta go
or
whole,
home.
yeah, whole hog.
And,
or-
and this was just like, it's like poking you with a stick.
HBO does some experimental stuff, especially back in the 80s. They did things that were odd and definitely sexually charged for sure in the evenings. You're right. If they would have cranked this up a little, maybe this could have landed on HBO back then. But this is not suitable
No.
for primetime television.
No.
And you're certainly not going to put something with huge, fat milk muscles on Saturday morning cartoons.
Let's just say it wasn't a primetime player.
That's
No.
right. Not ready.
Not ready for it.
And do you know why they called themselves the primetime players?
Because they're on late at night and not prime time because they weren't ready for it? Oh, why?
They thought they were too good for it. They thought they were better.
But why would they say not ready? Shouldn't they say too good for prime time?
Well, no, then you kind of sound like assholes.
Oh, so by being humble and saying that they're not ready, when actually they mean they are way better than that.
Yep.
Got it.
That's a ticket.
That's the ticket.
That's the ticket.
Derek, what would you do to improve Hound Town?
Well, like Blake said, you go one of two ways. Either make it kid friendly.
Well, what would you like? Would you like this to be kid friendly or more adult?
No, I
oriented?
want them titties.
You want them tetas?
I want them titties and them DSLs. More of them. Plenty of them.
dick sucking lips. That's
Yep.
what that means.
That's exactly
Make
what
this
it
for
is.
kids. Tone it down and make it for kids.
Oh, do you think make it for kids?
Merchandising. You got the stuffed animals for the.
Well, yeah, longevity wise, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm
more
talking.
money.
Derek,
He's all about longevity.
that's what this whole thing is about. Is how do we make how would
I
this
appreciate
show
things that are
become?
only like one season. So I might be the wrong guy.
And we like things that only had one episode.
episode or a dinner.
If this were to
But
go
you're
on,
right, longevity. Make it more
I
for
think
kids.
there's plenty of stuff to mine.
Sure,
if this
there's
were to
all
go
different
on.
kinds of types of dogs. Like you have the little Chihuahua, the little neighborhood Chihuahua guy that steals
Yeah.
everything.
They-
Voiced by Cheech Marin, who was very big in the 80s and 90s.
They immediately opened
Fresh
up
off of
to a
Oliver and
neighborhood.
Company.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
they didn't say like, "Oh, this dog is confined only to the house and he can only do this."
Right.
They immediately open up to this whole.
They had a
town.
party for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then during that party, it's like,
This is going to be a good one.
hey guys, who let the dogs out?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SCF.
Oh, my. I am very amused.
Oh,
Oh,
For safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
IMDb score. 1 out of 10, decimal points in play. Derek, do you want to take a guess at what you think the people around the world scored Hound Town?
world.
Around the world.
3.4.
3.4. And how about you, Captain?
I have been around a lot of pilots, and I've been around the world, and I know
About 156 at this point.
what happens on IMDb when I watch something that's shitty on IMDb. For some reason, there's most of it's a fucking cartoon. Usually, if it's a fucking Marvel cartoon, people jerk off to it, no matter how bad it is.
You got to stop hating.
I'm going to
on
say
comic
it's a
book geeks, bro.
7.2.
You prick.
You got to stop hating on the comic book
You're
fans,
such a
baby.
prick. It is a 7.2.
Is it a 7.2?
You asshole.
Did you cheat?
cheated.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
You didn't cheat?
Son
No,
of a bitch.
I just knew that of all people love this shitty stuff.
That is like the worst superpower.
Hold on a
ever.
second. Hold on. Did you cheat?
There's a lot of things I do in my life, but I'm not a cheater. Have you ever known me to cheat at anything?
Yeah, when we did.
Are you possibly a pumpkin eater?
When we did
Those seem to go hand in
IMDb,
hand.
I not. When we did IBWIP and Broken Funny Bone, you would cheat all the time on that one.
That's not right. That's not right. You could never prove it. I did not cheat.
All right, so he definitely cheated here. It's a
That's little
7.2
too on the nose.
and that's out of 10.
So if I would have said 7.1, you guys wouldn't have fucking said anything.
Oh,
No,
good.
I would have
That's
said,
pretty close.
Oh,
That's
God,
pretty close,
God
actually.
damn, that's pretty hot.
That's pretty close. Yeah.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take right
That's from
there.
13 ratings. Critic reviews, Scampy from the Spiro Chat Trail. I don't know what that means.
Spiro Agnew.
From the Spiro Agnew Trail says, if not for one or two genuinely sweet moments between Sasha and Rusty and the agreeable quality of the animation, I'd be inclined to dismiss Hound Town, much as Bakshi did himself, as an all-out disaster. The characters are largely unlikable, the humor is crass and unfunny, and the story hinges upon one of the most hackneyed sitcom plots of all time, with the narrative thread involving the party at Rusty's house playing out note for note, as you would expect it to. Of course, the house will get trashed, and of course, Rusty will clean it up in a madcap frenzy right before his humans return, and of course, he'll overlook one tiny incriminating detail, which will have him in the doghouse, literally. In the end, I would recommend Hound Town only if you're a Bakshi completist, a hardcore animation buff, or simply pathologically obsessed with failure. All the same, I would sooner subject myself again to the movie Sausage Party. At least Hound Town doesn't waste half as much of your time with its tedious sexual fixations.
Scathing.
Wow.
It was kind of a scathing indictment of Hound Town, and you know what? I can't
disagree with
say
anything
that I
was said.
disagree with that at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is...
Hold on, I don't think that's the right one. Hold on.
Huh?
There we go. There's a different one.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
That's Blake's wife.
Yeah?
Kind of a piece
That's
of
so
ass.
Sold her a car. It was
Ratings.
a great experience.
Oh, she has something. I had to say something about the car.
I've had some great experiences there too. Ratings now. The show is nigh. The end is nigh. And now we look at how we feel about the show, and then we put a number.
You feel?
How
How you feel?
is home.
Can we talk real quick about how Neil Young somehow got Daryl Hannah to marry him?
They've been together for a while.
Wait, what?
She looks nasty though.
Yeah, she did not.
She's
age
old
well.
now. She's an old lady now.
Yeah, there's other old ladies who I would still take to Pound Town.
Meg Ryan,
Such
just,
as Morgan
job.
Fairchild.
who?
Morgan Fairchild.
Boy, she is old.
Meg Ryan
Yeah,
fell
she's old, but I
apart.
still
Like
ta-
she
oh,
fell off
God.
the. She was like Eric Clapton's kid. Just fell off that balcony.
Her looks went down the drain like an unwanted prom night pregnancy.
Boom, classic. There are so many. There's so many examples of actresses that just decide, you know what? I know what growing old gracefully is. I'm not gonna do that. Meg Ryan's a good example.
Melanie Griffith is another. Haunting.
Oh yeah.
Haunting.
Oh, and to be honest with you, Julia Roberts.
I disagree.
I
think she
saw
looks
her.
good.
And
I've
she's
seen
got a new-
worse, but
she got a
yeah.
new show out, and I was like, ooh,
Yeah, on
you are
Amazon,
hurt.
it's like
You are hurting for certain.
Well,
you're getting it. You're crossing the line over.
I think it's the bangs.
into
I think it's no bangs. I think it's.
Steven
You
Tyler
gotta have
territory.
bangs. You gotta have bangs, ladies. You gotta
You
have
gotta have
bangs,
bangs, baby.
She bangs, right?
She moved, but you have to have bangs.
Did she had work done though?
No,
don't think so.
if she did, she would look better.
No, she wouldn't. That's where people like.
I was so upset
when Julia
Roberts died. She
is a prettier version. She is a prettier version. Of that other lady.
bitch. That one
movie was about the
oil.
What's that other lady?
Fucking so tired of
I don't
it.
know what's going on.
You know what? From now on, when a famous person dies, we're not talking about it on the show. I am making it an announcement right now. When a famous person
Julia
dies,
Roberts isn't dead.
She is quite alive.
I'm just saying. From now on, when a famous person
Right.
dies, we are
She's-
not fucking talking about
She's
it.
famously still alive.
Yeah, she's not
And
dead
a
at all. She's
Prettier
alive.
version of Steven Tyler.
No, what are you guys talking about?
Did
She's
you
a
hear
beautiful woman.
The other dude from Aerosmith, the guitar player,
Joe Perry.
He collapsed backstage at Billy Joel concert.
See, at the same time, while it would suck that he died, just because that kind of.
Well, we're not
sucks.
gonna. If
That's
he
a
died,
bummer.
we're not gonna talk about it.
Still, at the same time, the amount of alcohol and drugs and longevity he's
Exactly.
already had, that's like Keith
Exactly.
Richards dying.
Exactly.
Not a national tragedy,
but when
a
Keith,
bummer.
when Keith Richards dies,
Like,
everybody's
I'm
like,
sad
"He
Stan
was
Lee
the
died.
greatest guitar player, songwriter."
I'm sad Stan Lee died. It's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, 95.
Yes. God damn it. Let's just.
Vacuum tubes were still a thing.
Some women do not grow old gracefully, like Melanie Griffith and Meg Ryan.
I'll give you that one. my
Elizabeth
friend.
Hurley and Julia Roberts are still beautiful north of 50. 100%.
Oh, yeah, no,
I
I
am.
take
I
them to
stand by
Pound Town.
that.
Let's do some ratings. Let's rate this motherfucker.
We saw Hound Town. We got back there in our minds. We did banter. People love the banter, right?
All about that banner, baby.
Mayonnaise and mustard together, finally.
PB&J.
What
Peas
else?
and carrots.
What else? We did peas and carrots.
Peas and carrots. Peas and carrots.
Latinos and white girls.
Peas and carrots. Peas and carrots.
That's Rob Reiner saying what you say when you're an extra in the background.
Yes, it
to
is.
fake talk, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Fake talk.
Peas and carrots,
Background
peas and
murmurs.
carrots,
Peas and carrots. Peas and carrots. And peas and carrots. Peas and carrots.
Pretty
Derek, you are a guest on this show. We have had
Hello,
a pleasure having you.
guest.
You know the rating, right? You know the scale.
Explain
I believe it's 1 to
Explain it.
7.
Explain
the
it.
worst
Take
being
it frame by
the
frame
fat
it.
guy on wings. The best being super sexy Brian Hackett, who also voiced Charlie the dog on the television series for All Dogs Go to Heaven.
All right. And what do
He
you?
was Charlie and All Dogs Go to the TV series or the movie?
TV series.
I never saw that.
It's craptacular.
Subpar.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, 1 being the worst, 7 being the best. From the television show, affectionately and accurately Noah's Wings. Derek Hoover Boss, how do you rate Hound Town?
Hoover Boss, baby. The boobs keep it from being a fucking Roy Biggins. I'll tell you that right now. Man, it's like a 2 or 3 for me. I'm pretty.
You got to
critical.
choose. You can't say 2 or 3.
It is a 3. I'll go 3 because of them milk muscles.
Okay.
And DSLs on the Saluki.
Okay.
If Rusty would have been a boxer, it would have got a boxer bump.
Oh, totally would have gotten a box.
Just because you have a dumb boxer?
What
It's
did you
not
just
dumb.
say? Hold on. I'm going to get your back on this one.
Thank
I know
you.
I've been a little salty towards you. What the fuck did you just say?
He has a boxer.
No.
And it's dumb as fucking shit.
Wow. I'm going to, you know what? After the show, straight up
No.
fighting you.
I think that
Straight up fighting you.
I will-
I'll still love you. I'll still be your friend. I'll still do a show with you. I'll still
I'll
get
fight
you
you.
drunk.
That's fine. I'll
But I'm
fight
going
you.
to fight you.
I will.
It's going to be bad. It's going to be
I will
ugly.
dirty
argue with
fighter.
anyone that my dog is not stupid.
It's pretty dumb.
What? No.
Your dog
no.
is a sweetheart.
No, my dog is a manipulative genius.
Vindictive.
They're all manipulative. All of them are manipulative.
All those bitches are. Am I right?
Douche.
Blushka douche. You
Next
can
thing you
too.
know, you get them pregnant and you're stuck. Am I right?
I'm gonna give this a booby bump, and
My man.
I liked the animation. I did like the animation.
Right? It
I'll
was
give you
good.
that, yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 3 with the bump. It's a 3.
Booyaka shot.
A 3 and a 3, and nobody turns to me. Am I
I'm
rhymes?
literally turning right to
I
you.
only want metaphorically turning to me.
Well, fuck off.
I also give it a 3.
Oh,
And that's a magic number.
That's right. It's the magic number. Thank you, Schoolhouse Rock. I will say that
welcome.
it is a 2 with a beautiful booby bump. There's some
just
sexual.
it's the way they jiggled. It was like the slow motion, like animation jiggle, and they were pointing.
took the time to give her a tan.
Yes,
Ralph Bakshi is seemingly a really cool indie animator from the
He's so
70s and 80s.
good at boobies.
He's done a lot of really cool stuff.
Check out Fire and on Ice.
Oh, is that something he did?
Oh yeah, he did Fire
Also,
and Ice.
check out Cool Runnings.
Cool runnings. A bumble clock.
So, but the show is not good. It sits on cliches.
Derivative.
It's got cool animation, but you feel like there's a lot being held back.
Some
here.
creator chilled out and watched Ferris Bueller and Risky Business and decided to add fucking dogs.
That's about it.
Whoopity doo.
I give it a 3. Blake gives it a 3. Our very special guest Derek gives it a 3, and with that we close the book on Hound Town, and we will never speak of that show again.
Never ever.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of The City. Here's a little something to wet your whistle.
No. I don't want you to do what West the Well song. I want you to read the summary.
I have it right here.
I don't
very
want you
easily
to
can
read
do
it because here's what happens. I'm already pissed about this. When you hear of a made-for-TV movie called The City.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Yeah.
The City. You're thinking New York.
Please.
You're thinking L.A. You're thinking, you're
Please
thinking,
be
Hustle and
careful
bustle,
here.
baby.
oh, you're like, okay, it'll probably
Movings and a doings.
be, it'll probably be a cop drama. I'll
Please
take
be
that.
careful. Please be
Right?
careful. Okay.
Vignettes.
Yes, but
Vignettes.
this has nothing to do with the city. Don't read that summary. Don't do it.
Is it
Okay,
a mountain of
all right.
lies?
It's a mountain. No, it's not a mountain of lies. It's just I want people to absorb the name, wait till next week, and then listen to what we talk about.
The next episode, I read the summary again during that episode.
Yeah.
Can I read the summary then?
Yeah.
In a week?
Just read it now. Just read it now.
No, I can wait a week. But can I read
Well,
it
yeah,
then?
because you're going to read it at the beginning of the show anyway, like we do every week.
Yeah. So can I do it then?
Yeah, but just you
All right.
can't do it now.
I won't do it now. I'll do it then. You can find the entire episode of The City by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in
God damn it, pregnant pause!
our show notes. Why don't you guys ever tell me to put punctuation there or something?
I feel like it has been said.
Or go to YouTube. You know what to do, too. So that's it.
Yeah.
Neat.
The show's called Couch Pilots. There's a website. It's called couchpilotspodcast.com. If you go there, you won't be square.
No, it's a one-stop shop. Links to all our social media. You can email us from there. You can listen to any episode ever. You can search it by title. You can search it by date. It doesn't
Blake,
matter.
we've done over 150 episodes at this point.
Ooh, baby.
And we've never missed a week.
No.
Do you honestly have any kind of pride about that at
Oh,
all?
no, very much so.
So do I. I'm looking forward to our 200th episode.
Oh, I am.
I really am.
It's
I
just
really
around
am.
the corner. It's just around the corner.
I'm looking forward.
I say we do it live.
I say we do it right now. Let's go from 156 to 200.
Right.
Jump it.
Is it one? It's actually 150. Oh yeah, 156 because we the first one had 11.
You should be proud of this.
156.
Thanks, Darren.
I'm just saying.
So
There's
many people are saying no, we shouldn't. He's saying, you know what, you should.
Yeah.
Fuck the rest.
Come on. I know you guys.
think you should.
I know that Blake's virtually suicidal. You should be proud of this one thing in your life.
I'm proud of it. It's a lot of fun.
You should be. I'm just saying. You
Got a
should.
lot of
it
friends,
should
had a
be.
lot of
I
fun.
think it's great. I like it. I listen to it
Well, as long as you like
several
it.
times a week.
If you go to Couch Pilots Podcast, like Blake said, you can hear every episode we've ever done and contact us in a cornucopia of different ways via social media.
Right. Jason's in charge of the Twitter, so if you write something on Twitter, he'll screenshot it. Or
Unless you're
something.
Greg Garcia, and then Blake will give you his address.
And I do the Facebook. And then if it's an email and it's directed at Jason, I just text Jason and say, "Hey, you got an email."
And then I ignore it for 2 months.
but
Nice.
what the way to get a hold of us the best way,
Our favorite way.
our favorite way is the dial-in number, the dial-in hotline bling.
Love it. Call it.
910 Pilots 1,
Absolutely.
which goes to.
Kevin Clark knows the number.
Oh yeah, because he's a fucking he's a genius.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about a combination of Kevin Clark and Derek here? Do you think those two would work well together?
I love that guy.
To me,
I do.
it's like peanut butter and jelly.
Put them in the same glass jar together,
Yep,
and once
but
you open it, put it in the
yeah.
fridge?
Yep.
One of my favorite car deals was with Kevin, and it was literally the first time I met him.
He's a good
It
dude.
was the first time I ever met him. Most
Yeah.
fun I've
I
ever had.
remember seeing Kevin. He was a
I
good guy.
remember the
When-
very first time that I met Kevin,
Well, I remember the last time I saw Kevin.
and the last time,
At his diaper party.
that's the last time you'll see him.
That's the last time we'll see him. But
I don't
we
think
love
that's
him
true.
anyway.
He won the contest. Him and
yeah, so-
Matt
yeah,
will
so-
host Couch Pilots. Coming.
Yeah.
Blake and I are going to not host the show, and we're going to hand it off to two other guys, and we're going to run as far away as we can.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So yeah, get a hold of us. All that good stuff. We love interacting with our fans. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that's made this show interesting is all the interaction we have had. And Aditi, I know that you're super pissed. You probably turned us off when I talked about. It's not that I don't. I'm not sorry that Stanley died. We don't have to fucking make such a big deal out of it.
As a fan, I'm telling you right now, none of us are making a giant deal out of it. Like, oh god, it gone to hashtag gone too soon. And trust me, if there are fans that are all hashtag gone too soon, super fans will be like, look, come on.
And just like
He's 95.
On a note,
We love him, but
right.
it was time.
This doesn't have to do with Stanley dying, but on Facebook I have unfollowed 75 people, almost 100 people, and I love it.
Because of that?
No, I'm saying
Just in general?
Yeah,
Doesn't it feel great?
It is. I'm like, you don't know I'm not your friend anymore. I didn't unfriend you, but I'm not following. you.
I'm not watching
seeing
your
that
stupid shit.
Yep.
God, it feels so good.
That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. Blake, do you have a message of positivity, or was that it?
No,
Or was that
I
right
do. I want to. My message of positivity is an ad.
there? Yeah, please.
All right. We're not getting any money for this. This is strictly because the products are good. Pure Romance by Brittany Johnson, 563-340-7324. Go to www.passionatbrittany.com. That's where my wife has got some new toys.
Do you want to call that right now?
Oh, no.
Why not?
Not right now.
Can we
Because
call
I
it the
gotta
next
get
episode
home.
or not? Let's call it the next episode.
Okay.
Got him.
Yeah.
Are you just saying that to appease me so I'll end the show?
We have other flights to take.
I guess something I'll say real quick is congratulations to Travis Heimel on meeting and exceeding his goal on his Kickstarter for his awesome comic book called Lucha. Congratulations. It's very cool.
Yeah, and also he Metal Hand of God had just did their live 500th episode, and he did the poster for it.
Oh, did he really?
It was a collector's poster, and it looks awesome.
That's awesome. Metal Hand of God used to be on the FCF network with us, friends of the show.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. I had no idea there was an affiliation there, so that's awesome. Congratulations to both of those guys. That's really cool. And with that, Derek, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks for having me.
Listen to the importance of seeing artists. Derek and I have a lot of fun, and Dustin's there too, I guess.
Yeah, it's neat.
It basically, the show is you and I having fun.
Yep.
And Dustin trying to wrangle us
Manage
in.
it.
It just times and writing down timestamps of what he's going to cut out.
And right.
Because I talk too much.
Because you both can't behave.
And because we both love the movie Kingpin too much.
I'm not dissing Dustin. I'm not dissing Dustin at all. I know how it is, but
what he does is incredible.
But there was it is.
Oh,
And
there's one. There's
was
at least 3 specific episodes I can think of where
there
it's
is a time.
he hacked it down to the bone.
But you know what?
Because I know we were misbehaving
Sometimes you just got to do that.
poorly.
But so I commend him for. There's a lot of time and effort. I mean, there's a lot of time to.
It takes a lot of time to
chop
edit
that shit up. So
And there's
I
been
commend
a couple
him for that.
episodes where
But
he's
Dustin,
made me sound marginally more sober.
Dustin,
and
I
was
will-
blown.
But Dustin, don't let it consume your life. Just fucking put it out.
He's got a girlfriend, right? You got to be, take care of business.
The business of.
This pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Me love you long time.
Oh, boy.
On behalf